Coming up on UCF Nightly News. We take a look at a new Instagram account that monitors crime on campus.
Plus, we take a deeper look into enrollment issues students are finding in different majors on campus.
And we introduce you to a technological advancement here at UCF that could help those with mobility issues.
In sports, we find out about one UCF basketball player that is preparing to fulfill his NBA dreams.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Rachel Clark.
And I'm Savannah Younger. Today is Friday, April 21st, 2023.
A statewide protest has prompted a walkout right here on campus. We now go live to the Reflection Pond where Nightly News' Kayla Lewis is reporting live.
Tell us, what are students protesting about?
So you take a look right behind me. You'll see students gathered here protesting the Florida legislation over Florida education. Now, this concerns the Don't Say Gay bill, African American studies courses, and book bans. Now, when you first walk up over here, there's a QR code laid on the table. Students can scan this, which takes them to a pledge. This pledge states that you won't vote for Florida legislators who don't support students' rights. Now, on this QR code, you can also check on your Florida voter registration. Now, I'm joined with someone who's already spoken today, a student, Jordan Lipner, who tells me why he's out here today.
Yeah, so today we're out here just really making sure that students' rights and their voices are heard. With this active pledge, we're making sure that students are not just demonstrating, but they're activated and they're educated. With this education, they're going to be able to make their voices heard and be impactful.
Thank you. Now, later tonight, the Walkout to Learn organization is hosting another rally at Orlando City Hall at 6 p.m. You can go there. Live at the Reflection Pond, Kayla Lewis, UCF Nightly News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Kayla. A new study shows that Florida ranks as one of the worst states for tipping. According to the digital payment platform Toast, Florida is ranked number 48 in properly tipping workers. The data shows that in 2022, Floridians tipped an average of 18% of the time. Experts say the reason for such a low ranking could be due to rising inflation and food prices. A UCF student who is also a server at Vietnam say having knowledge of the restaurant you work at also plays a key factor in how much customers tip you.
Question, and I didn't exactly know how to answer it correctly. I think they can kind of pick up on that, and it comes off as like a little sloppy, and sometimes they won't tip because of that.
The study looked at 79,000 different restaurants nationwide where tips were added to an order. Washington and California were ranked the worst. Delaware was ranked as the best state for tipping.
3 UCF students, Jack Sweeney, Maverick Reynolds, and Ethan Frax, are all working towards a common goal, making campus a safer place. Take a look as we follow a new Instagram page that's growing in numbers. A new Instagram page created by UCF students Jack Sweeney, Maverick Reynolds, and Ethan Frakes, called UCF Crimes, is starting to gain a following in the campus community. Sweeney says the idea was born initially as programming practice, but has evolved into a way for students to become more aware.
So we made a Instagram and Discord page that is called UCF Crimes, and it automatically posts crimes that occur on campus and other campuses and near the UCF campuses based off the police reports that the UCF police has.
All 3 creators say this page is programmed to be user-friendly and includes exact pinpoint locations to places such as right here at the library. UCF students like Janai Francois say they aren't very aware of the crimes that happen on campus.
I feel like knowing what's on campus is very important. I like to know if something bad is happening, because I don't want to be walking around dilly-dally, not understanding what's going on around me.
Co-creator Maverick Reynolds says the account is run almost entirely by a bot. He says it utilizes data from UCF PD's public crime logs and translates the information into an easy-to-read social media post.
In the course of 24 hours, we almost had a system that was able to parse that information into our own database. And then from there, we were able to actually distribute it.
This page was created about a month ago and currently has about 50 different crime postings. The team says they plan on implementing new features to the programming that includes a heat map that detects hotspot areas for crime on campus.
This month is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found that distracted driving is one of the main causes of car crashes in the U.S. Approximately 3,000 people die every year due to distracted driving. Drivers in their 20s make up 12% of fatal crashes due to a lack of awareness while on the road. UCF student Jasmine Lano says distracted driving is an issue she sees too often when commuting to work.
COVID didn't really get handled too well. I got waitlisted, got some wrong information about classes. I added actually 2 semesters to my program list, which is a whole other year of school.
Price says that he needs to take 7 more classes before he graduates, and by the time he got to his enrollment date this semester, 3 or 4 of the classes were already full.
It definitely either adds another semester or I got taken fall instead of summer.
Administration advise people over to a safe location to text or designate a passenger to respond to texts and calls to avoid distracted driving. Towards the end of the semester, students are given enrollment dates, which allows them to sign up for future classes. However, some students are finding out that classes are already full. Nightly News reporter Kayla Ayala tells us which major is seeing this issue.
Just being in April and having that many closed fall classes is a little concerning.
Colton Price, a senior kinesiology major, is showing me what it looks like on his MyUCF account when he searches for open classes. He says he's had trouble enrolling in classes since he was a freshman.
From starting off as a freshman, COVID didn't really get handled too well. I got waitlisted, got some wrong information about classes. I added actually 2 semesters to my program list, which is a whole other year of school.
Price says that he needs to take 7 more classes before he graduates, and by the time he got to his enrollment date this semester, 3 or 4 of the classes were already full.
It definitely, either adds another semester or I got taken fall instead of summer, things like that. Or I've had to add more summer classes because they aren't available in fall, vice versa. So that's definitely caused some problems, especially towards seniors and those last remaining classes. It really stresses that emphasis of lack of availability a lot.
Some students in the kinesiology program are having trouble enrolling in their classes before their enrollment date even begins. But some kinesiology students aren't having this issue.
Senior kinesiology major Allison Prater says she hasn't seen issues in enrolling in classes because she has a special enrollment case.
I do have a higher GPA, so that's kind of they let us enroll earlier than most students if you have a higher than a 3.5. So in my case, it hasn't been difficult.
Prater also explains that the kinesiology major is changing, which means classes from the old track and new track are colliding.
So it's been a little bit difficult for the people that are from the old track that are trying to graduate because all of the classes are completely different, and they've named them differently.
In an email statement from UCF, they explained that the College of Health Professions and Sciences are considering adding several more class sections for the summer term, along with hiring additional faculty members who will begin in the fall. In Orlando, Kayla Lewis, UCF Nightly News.
In an email, UCF stated that the college continues to monitor the issues closely as there has been increased demand for some courses.
As the cost of living continues to increase, some people are turning to self-employment to pay their bills, especially in Florida. Nightly News reporter Crystal Tisme gives us more on why this is happening and what resources are available for student entrepreneurs.
A recent study done by the Chamber of Commerce shows that Florida has taken over with the amount of people turning to self-employment. The map shows that 5 Florida cities dominate the top 10 highest places experiencing this shift. Cassandra Willard, UCF Blackstone Launchpad Program Director, explains why she believes more people are becoming entrepreneurs.
Business owners that were hesitant to officially take that title during the pandemic ended up in a position where either they didn't have the luxury of an option because their prior employment just disappeared in front of their eyes, or they were in a position where being at home and living in a very different environment, that question of why would I do it became why wouldn't I?
A study done by UMass Law shows since the start of the pandemic, there has been an influx in new business owners.
A study shows that since the start of the pandemic in 2020, there has been a 24% increase in the amount of people becoming self-employed. Whether it's offering nail services or snapping photos, people are becoming more inventive in ways to become their own bosses.
Randall Collins, UCF alumni and founder of Collins Collectives, says he chose to turn his passion for photography into a business.
To tell stories through photography, and the ability to make somebody feel something, whether it's good, whether it's fear, or love, or just any kind of emotion. I thrive to do with my art,
Collins says he advises new or young entrepreneurs to have fun with the process but stay focused on your goal. In Orlando, Crystal Tisme, UCF Nightly News.
To learn more about what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur, visit the Blackstone Launchpad located on the first floor of the Student Union. It has been so nice out lately.
I know the warm temperatures and the sunny skies makes me want to go to the theme parks.
Nightly News weather anchor Abigail Lafferty joins us now at the desk. So Abby, what's the weather looking like right now?
It's an absolutely beautiful day outside, Rachel and Savannah. Temperatures are not too hot or too cold. Currently, we are sitting at a nice 82 degrees. Humidity is at 73%, and there is a 0% chance of rain throughout the day. 6-mile-per-hour winds out of the west-southwest allows for a slight breeze to break up that humidity. Today is a beautiful day to go to the beach, have a picnic, or go to the theme parks. Later in the week, rain chances will increase as we get closer to summer. I'll have more on that later on in the show. Back to you, Savannah and Rachel.
When we come back, we'll tell you more about a new technology that UCF researchers are saying will help those in wheelchairs.
Plus, see how the UCF Arboretum has created a new space on campus for students to relax and beat the stress. Stick with us.
Hello, 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 hello.
What is that we are?
This is the weather. I have. There is a new club on campus called Crocheting Nights. The club started this month when freshman Kyla Christner noticed there wasn't one here on campus. She says she started to crochet 5 years ago when she received a lot of yarn and hasn't stopped since then. Christner says that crocheting is a big stress reliever for her, and she hopes that she can share that with other people.
Enjoy it as a stress reliever. I think like the repetitive motion of crocheting is just like really like mindless, and you can just like zone out and do it, and I think it's good for stress. Yeah.
The officers encourage members to bring any projects they're currently working on to the meetings. They also offer help to anyone that hasn't crocheted before or if members just need a refresher. Christner says the club will try to meet bi-weekly next semester.
UCF researchers from Limitless Solutions have completed their first clinical study of a hands-free wheelchair. Now they are bringing the next phase of their research. Nightly News reporter Kayla Ayala tells us more about their latest development.
Limitless Solutions is a nonprofit organization. Its mission is to improve the quality of life of children with limb differences by providing them with 3D printed prosthetic arms at no cost to their families. Their latest project is a hands-free wheelchair, otherwise known as Project Xavier. This technology can be used by people with limited mobility, such as those who suffer from neurodegenerative diseases like amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS.
Being able to learn from our first clinical trial, we took away that we needed a virtual training option, and we've been working with our affiliated faculty and our students to be able to create gamified training for the prosthetic limbs. And so now we're translating that same application, but for a new patient group.
The next step of the process involves training users how to use the wheelchair. To do that, researchers have created this interactive video game that allows users to practice the driving commands in a stress-free environment. The game is a product of a partnership with the UCF School of Visual Arts and Design and the Nicholson School of Communication. To play the game, sensors are placed on the temporalis jaw muscle. These sensors then detect the user's muscle flexions.
And so if you flex really hard, you'll have this little graph where like your potential will shoot up, and then if you do like a medium flexion and a light flexion, so we read those different flexion levels and we correlate that into different outputs in the game.
Depending on how hard users flex, they can change directions in the game. The game's difficulty can also be adjusted based on the user's muscle strength. Limitless will now begin testing the game on students with hopes that they can provide feedback on any possible improvements before testing the game's intended audience. In Orlando, Kayla Ayala, UCF Knightly News.
To learn more about Limitless Solutions, you can visit their website at limitless-solutions.org.
This week is Earth Justice Week, and the UCF Arboretum and student government came together to plant a new garden. The new Mindfulness Tea Garden gives UCF students and staff a space to de-stress and relax. The garden has bamboo surrounding the herbs, which creates a strong fragrance to help enhance the senses. UCF Arboretum intern Ethan Hudson explains what went into this project.
The urban horticulture team here at the Arboretum has been planning this garden for about a year and been implementing it like buying plants and preparing the ground for the past maybe month and a half now.
Hudson explains that this garden is a more interactive spot for people to walk in and see different plants and to just connect with the space. The garden has its grand opening today from 12:30 to 1:30.
Tomorrow is Earth Day. Earth Day has been celebrated every year on April 22nd since 1970. As the awareness of our climate crisis grows, so does civil society mobilization, which is reaching a fever pitch across the globe today. Now the fight for a clean environment continues with increasing urgency. Citizens of the world are rising to demand for a greener Earth. Far greater action is needed for our planet and its people. When we come back, we check in with our weather anchor to see what the weather is looking like across the state.
Plus, our partners from Embry-Riddle break down the temperatures for us. Don't go anywhere.
know that we are just 41 days away from summer?
As we near the summertime, all of us Floridians know that means hot days and afternoon thunderstorms are in the near future. So Abigail, tell us, are we getting some storms soon?
Hi guys. So let's take a look at today's highs. Today's highs will be averaging between 80 degrees. So we have Tampa's highest at 89, and the lowest will be Jacksonville with 81. Now let's take a look at today's lows. Today's lows will be averaging from 58 degrees to 70 degrees. Tallahassee with 58, Jacksonville sitting at 62, Orlando here will be at 63 degrees, and down south in Miami will be having a cool 70 degrees. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. So throughout the week we'll be averaging within the 80 degrees. Saturday will be 88, which will be the warmest day of the week. And as the week progresses, we'll get a little bit cooler with Wednesday at 82. Our lows will be averaging within the 60s, our coolest day being 63 and the warmest being 68. We'll see a slight progression in rain throughout the week. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see up to 70 to 80% chance of rain. That's all I have for your weather forecast. Thank you, and back to you, Rachel and Savannah.
Thanks, Abby.
Now let's check in with our partners at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Meteorology major Kelsey Ennis shows us what's happening across the nation.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's meteorology major Kelsey Ennis, and the weather across the country the past couple of weeks has been absolutely bonkers, including this Friday into this weekend. We have a potential for a snowmaker, up to 15 inches of snow in parts of northern Minnesota, which if you think about April, you don't think of snow, you think about severe weather. Well, I got one for you. We got snow in the northern part of the country, but severe weather in the southern part of the country, including parts of southeastern Texas, Louisiana, and even Alabama, with that threat for strong to severe weather possible. With looking at that futurecast, we see those spotty showers and thunderstorms in the Ohio Valley area, and then we see this low pressure system that's dominating that severe weather threat for the south. As we move through, you see that cold front extend. It's going to weaken as we move into Saturday, so we have that severe weather potential for tomorrow, but as we move into Saturday, that diminishes as that cold front begins to weaken. Those temperatures across the country going to dip down as we move into Saturday, but then they're going to warm back up as we move in after that cold front moves through, so enjoy that warm weather.
Coming up, we head to the court to see one basketball player is learning new skills from.
Plus, find out what UCF football player is making headlines for leaving Knight Nation. You do not want to miss this.
Good afternoon, I'm Mia Striegel, and this is your weekly UCF Sports Update. UCF basketball standout Taylor Hendricks is getting his first taste of the NBA with the help of a mentor. Hendricks had the opportunity to work out with NBA veteran John Wall this week in a video posted. In the exclusive video, Hendricks gets pointers from Wall as the two work through various drills. The former leading scorer for the Knights continues to prepare for the NBA draft this summer, where he is projected to be a lottery pick. Let's check out another UCF athlete who is making headlines in two sports. John Rice Plumlee has made headlines on major publications like USA Today, ESPN, SB Nation, and Football Basketball. UCF Athletics revealed behind-the-scenes footage of a day in the life of Plumlee going from one sport to another. Head coach Gus Masland says Plumlee's performance was impressive.
I think he went 2 for 3 with a triple, batted a couple runs in, came over here, threw 2 touchdowns, and did a super job. So, you know, he's done a great job baseball year. He's done a great job playing quarterback for us. Like I said, I don't think anybody else in the country is doing that right now, so real impressive.
Although spring football has ended, you can keep up with Plumlee as he continues his season on the baseball field. Speaking of quarterbacks, redshirt sophomore Thomas Castellanos has entered the transfer portal. Castellanos was the first recruit to commit to head coach Gus Malzahn in March 2021. In a Twitter post Thursday, he wrote, quote, "I'd like to thank Gus Malzahn for the opportunity to be a Knight. To the coaching staff, training staff, and equipment staff, and academic advisors, I want to say thank you for all the relationships and memories," end quote. Castellanos' departure leaves UCF with just 2 scholarship quarterbacks, John Rice Plumlee and former South Florida transfer Timmy McClain. Back to you, Rachel and Savannah.
That's our time for right now. Thanks for joining us this past semester.
Stay tuned after the show for a special tribute celebrating the Spring 2023 Knightly class. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
No, just put it deep. Like, put it deeper.
Enter a holiday Christmas tree.
Kayla Lewis.
I'm Abigail Lafferty.
And I'm Savannah Younger.
I'm Adriana Cavoni.
I'm Gianna Ford. And I'm Nicole Soriot.
I'm Crystal Tisme.
I'm Jackie Cardente.
And I'm Caitlin Simpson.
I'm Rachel Clark.
I'm Kayla Yala.
And I'm Aitana Ruiz.
I'm Mia Striegel.
I'm Terry Gilliam Jr.
And I'm Kennedy Collins.
I'm Francisco Diostegui, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.